Hey, good morning, everybody. Today we're taking a look at 2 Samuel, excuse me, chapter number 12. If you remember in chapter 11, we saw how David was at the wrong place. He wasn't where he should have been and led to sin, and he went ahead and he laid with Bathsheba, and they bore a child, and it ended up being a son. And now in chapter 12, we see that Nathan, the prophet, comes up to David and gives a parable from the Lord, saying, "Why did you take from this man, where he didn't have anything and you have everything?" And God even said, "For I would have given you more if you had asked. If you needed, if you wanted, I'd have given it to you." And, sometimes we don't have because we don't ask. But when you move on, you see that this son dies. God takes the son. And then David went with Bathsheba again, ended up marrying her, of course, and we saw that before. But he laid with her and she gave birth to another son, and this one came out, and they named him Solomon. And Solomon it actually means in peace. So they named him Peace, and we know, we'll get to see some of the story of Solomon, but he's very wise as well. But Nathan the prophet called him something different. He didn't call him Solomon. He called him Jedediah. We see this in verses 24 and 25, where Solomon is born, and we see Jedediah. Jedediah means beloved of Jehovah. So God loved this one. God, this one was born in a marriage of a husband and wife that was done right. Although how they got together maybe not have been done right, but they were married. This one God loved. And, when I'm looking at this and I start reading it, and I'm going, well, why? What is the name of the other son? The other one that Bathsheba had from David, from the infidelity issue. What happened there? And we see that a child has no name. That child is always referred to as the child or it. It doesn't ever really have an identity. And, and I'm looking at this and I'm going, you know what? Sometimes in our lives, we go ahead and we do this, what we think we're doing for God, but God never even... It wasn't what God wanted to do, and we do these things in the name of the Lord, and we say, "God, look at all the wonderful things that we do," and God is like, "I wouldn't even put a name on that, because it isn't what I wanted for you. It isn't what I have for you." And I wonder how many people are in ministry for the wrong reasons or the wrong thing, and maybe some of them go ahead and create huge, big, what we consider successful churches, but God says, "Hey, I never even had that for you. I wouldn't even name that. And furthermore, I'll let it die." Often there's things we try to do in our lives that God never put there or didn't want there, and we wonder why we didn't succeed. It's because when we don't pray to God and get his guidance on things, and we don't do things right, sometimes we're not in the will of God. And, God is when we're not in the will of God, I can't understand how he would anoint and give his favor over something. He wouldn't even name it, and he'd let it die. So, how do we apply that? We apply that by always searching the scriptures, always getting to the secret places of God, and just getting to his heart, and just trying to understand who he is more, and just trying to offer more of ourselves to him, and asking him more often. Micah 6:8 says that we should walk humbly with God, and I believe that often in our lives we ask God to walk humbly with us. We don't actually ask him, say, "Lord, is this your plan? Lord, should I be doing this?" We just go ahead and do it, and then say, "Lord, bless me. Lord, pour out your favor." And he can't. He just has to let it die. So, but guys and girls, get closer to God. He loves you. I love you all. Have a super day.